Good evening, riders. Here is the second installment of the Lone Rider MotoCase unboxing and installation. Good evening, riders. Well, if you're anything like me, it will be evening when you watch this YouTube movie. So consider subscribing, if you will. That will help me out a lot, and I appreciate it. So thank you if you do. This is the second installment in the Lone Rider MotoCase unboxing and installation. So let's start with the basic ones. My bike, which is the 1300 GS Adventure Trophy, came with this plastic luggage rack. Not really sure why BMW thought it was a good idea to put on a plastic luggage rack on it. It saves some weights, probably saves some cost, but I think they're going to save some part numbers and got with the casting instead. So what I did, I bought the rack that's on some of the 1300 Adventures, and it's also an option you can pick when you spec out the bike. So now I have the cast iron rack, and it's just really three part numbers if you're going to go with the steel plate on top of it and not BMW's top on it. So it's the rack, it's the rear piece, and I'm still waiting for the side pieces here, the plastic side pieces, to make it look a little bit better. But basically 6 bolts, just take that off. You can use the same bolts, but it came with six new bolts, and bolt a new rack on there. Much sturdier, although the plastic one is not bad. The first week I had a bike, I stunk it in 1.5 feet of mud and dragged it out, and I can see that it's still mud stuck on the disc. So, but let's get to the Lone Rider MotoCase. So I now have installed the plate for the Lone Rider MotoCase on top of the casting rack, so it's much sturdier. The Lone Rider rack mounts with 4 bolts, and they have 4 spacers, so you just take the top off the BMW rack and you put this on. It's not huge, it doesn't build a lot. If you take a look here, it's not a huge rack, and it comes with these 4 holes that you have the guide points and the mounts for the motor case bolting into. You can see these little rubber pads here there to make sure that the bag is stabilized on here. It helps in the beginning to put some oil on this. It is very tough to get it on if you don't have those lubricated the first couple of times. And then you have the lock in the back end here. I did code the lock to the BMW key, same thing for the bag. I did code it. It wasn't that hard, actually. I didn't lose any of the springs or anything else. Looking at the bottom of the motor case, you have these 4 anchoring points that goes into the slots on the plate, and you can put them in different positions. It came pre-installed in the center position. I wanted a maximum room for a passenger on this bike, so I moved it to the furthest back position, so the motor case comes furthest back and gives most room for a driver and passenger. And that's also what Lone Rider recommends for the GS, although this is a GS Adventure, but it's kind of the same configuration. So to install this, just line this red pieces up in the slots, pull it back. This is only the 3rd time I'm putting this on, so, and with some oil on these rubber panels, you saw it went straight in. Then I lock it. It is now locked on the bike, and it doesn't move in any direction. Obviously, I'm looking forward to get this out on some bumpy roads and some off-road to see how it sticks. But from what I can tell, solid made mount, solid made plate, solid design. So I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. I installed the lock here as well, coded it to the BMW key. Literally it takes less than 5 minutes per lock to do this, and I've never done that before, so not a big deal. Let's take a look at the inside. I installed the light. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. Yeah, you can. So installed the light, so now I have the light in. I love the fact that the lid Has enough friction in the hinges to stay where I want it to be. So it doesn't move when I let it go. That means I can keep the light aimed where I want it to be. A few things I didn't mention when I did the unboxing because I didn't get that bag open. It also comes with a few Lone Rider stickers. I'm not a stickers guy. I don't put stickers outside my panniers either. I actually put it inside, but I think it looks a little bit like a back of an RV when you put all these stickers on. But hey, I did it on my first bike 10 years ago. Don't do it anymore. Keychain says Lone Rider on it. And this is something I use a lot. It's a buff. It's a Lone Rider buff, so that's very useful. Love that one. That's the Lone Rider MotoCase. I'm very happy with it so far. It looks good on the bike. It's dimensionally the right proportion. I got the smaller one. I think it's 42 liters. There is a larger one. It probably looks okay when you have the panniers on. But to me, nice looking top box. Roomy, as you can see on a past video from me. And when I don't have this on, still going to have the rack on. I like to have this steel plate instead of the normal luggage rack. It's easy to strap down and enlarge to this. And I also drilled a hole in the middle of the steel plate here that I can put the knob in for the Moscow Moto rackless panniers. That's my soft bags that goes on there. So I'm going to put this knob in on here, and that will be a quick connect for my Moscow soft bags. So far, happy with it. Looking forward to get out on the traffic. So thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon.